Hello everyone and welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. Today I'm going to use one of the stamp sets from the Timeless Tidings kit. Now the kit itself makes 20 beautiful cards and the kit comes without a stamp set. So what I've done with my ladies is I've had them just order the kit to make the cards and I bought the stamp set and then they can come to my house and borrow it while they make their cards. But when I was looking at this, you might have noticed I've used a couple of these sentiments on my other cards. The little elf card that I made last week, I used the Merry Christmas from this. And I've used this one, Sending Good Tidings of Comfort and Joy, on a few of my labels and gift tags. But today I want to use this little tiny poinsettia. And so it is quite a small one, but it's just beautiful for a classic card that I'm going to make. So let me show you what we're going to start with. First of all, you need to have a piece of regular card at 8.5 by 8.5 by 5.5. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought there. And fold it in half, and that's going to be our card base. And then I've taken a piece of card that's just 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. So it's 4 by 5.25. And I've put it through the tufted embossing folder. Now this is one of the thicker embossing folders where you only need one of the clear plates. Don't try and put 2 on because it won't go through the machine. So I used this one, but I did get some others out to look at. I'm not sure how well it picks them up on the camera, but this is the one that looks like planks of wood, and I was going to use that one. And then I've only just bought the Subtle Dynamic folder, and I was going to use that as well, but then I thought, no, I like the tufted one. But this one is also one of the extra thick ones, and so is the plank of wood one. So just be careful, if it's these thick ones, use only one plate and put them through so that where the folded edge is, that goes through the big shot first. That makes it easier to go through. What I do like on the new folders is Stampin' Up! I've started putting this little black line, and that's so that if you want to, you can just see it. You can line up your card there so you know that it's straight. You see on here as well, this has got the line. Let me open it and show you. The earlier ones didn't have, and sometimes you weren't quite sure if you had it exactly straight. And many's the time I've embossed something and then thought, oh, that's a bit skew whiff. No, I don't like that one. So here you are. Look on this subtle one, it's got that line again. Whereas the older ones, they didn't. So this isn't too bad to line up because it's got lines going across. But some of the heavily patterned ones, it was hard to keep your paper in the right place. So I'm really liking that new idea. Makes me keep my paper straight anyway. So here's our tufted piece. And as I said, it's 1/4 inch all the way around, just smaller than our base card. And I'm just going to attach that quickly. You can attach it with whatever adhesive you want. I'm just using up my fast fuse. I got some more of the refills in the sale, so I've got a little bit longer with my beloved fast fuse. There we go. But there's no reason why you couldn't use wet glue or snail. Anything really would work. There we go. Okay. Now for my next thing, I've used the swirly bird, and I've used the biggest of the swirls, and I just ran that through my big shot and cut out one. And sometimes when I'm doing those swirls, I'll put the adhesive backing sheets that we've got on it, but for today I don't need to. So I've got one of the biggest swirls, and then I used a couple of the sentiments because I wasn't sure what I wanted. So I stamped a couple of each And I stamped the "May the warmth of Christmas fill each corner of your heart and home," and the "Send in good tidings and comfort and joy," and I cut them out with my 2-inch punch. Okay, and they line up just in the circle here quite nicely, but this one, because it's Christmas is quite a long word and it goes right to the edge, you have to just be careful how you orientate the swirl so that you can see all the letters. It took me a little while there. Took me a little while to find the sweet spot, but there it is. So you can use that one, or if you prefer, you can use this. This one is actually easier to line up because you've got a nice little border all the way around. So you could just use that one. Or you could use a different sentiment altogether, whatever you've got in your stamp sets. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on it, but I'm actually going to glue the edges of this on first. In fact, no, I think I'll put the dimensionals on the next piece and I'll glue this down. That makes it a little bit easier. So I'll put this piece on with fast fuse and I'm just going to put it sort of in the middle, but a little bit more to the top than the bottom. Only slightly. Just make sure it's straight. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a couple of dabs of my Tombow glue on. You could use a glue dot here, or you could use the adhesive sheets like we said. But you don't need much, and you don't need to have it so that every part of it is glued down. I like it where it's a little bit more freestanding. Oh, I've forgotten which way I had it to line up. Let's just look. Oh, that's not too bad. Let's have it that way. See, I was so busy talking, I forgot which way it went. Okay. I do like white on white. I think it always looks very classic. Okay. So then what I did was I stamped 4 of these little poinsettias. And I've coloured 3 in, and I'm just going to colour the last one with you. I used my cherry cobbler blends, and with the lighter one, I did the outsides, and where I thought the shading would be, I used the darker one. So I started with the darker one and just put a little bit, sort of from the bottom of the petals outwards. You don't need much, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a big artistic thing because you're going to blend over it with the lighter cherry cobbler. This would be nice in real red as well, but I don't have the real red blends. And I must admit, my favourite red for Christmas is this cherry cobbler. Try not to colour over the little stamens and the middle of the flower. It's going to colour those a different colour. So I'm just touching over where the shadows were, and I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up yet, but you can just see a difference. You can see slightly darker pieces and then the lighter pieces. There we are. And then I used my dark Daffodil Delight just to go over those middle bits. And then we don't have a die for this set, so I just fussy cut it. And because it's going on white, it doesn't have to be, really precise and exact. And when I fussy cut, I always leave a tiny little border of white. So I think it looks better than me trying to go round it and some of the black lines being thicker than others. And so I always just leave a little bit of white. I'm really missing not being at convention today. All my friends have gone and they're all sort of Silver Elite and everything now. And I couldn't go because I've got the preschool. But it's lovely seeing pictures of them in Florida, and, I'm not at all jealous. We've got 2 inches of snow outside and it's freezing cold, but hey-ho, I'm not jealous at all. Right, so here's our card. And here are the 3 that I coloured in earlier. And remember, the blends always go through our card. So you always need to make sure that there's some kind of a backing card behind them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay 2 down like this. And I'm going to pop 1 up on a dimensional. And I've got some of our little pieces from the sprig punch. And I was going to try and use the vellum, but you can't actually see the vellum at all on there. So let's see, I've got this in the Pear Pizzazz. I don't want to have too many colours, but maybe this will work. I just have 2 little pieces like that. Oops. I think that would work. So let's put a little glue dot under these. It'll be exciting to see the photographs from convention, because they'll be posting all their swag that they get, all their prize patrols and some of the new stamp sets ready for the January catalogues. So I'm jealous that they're there, really. Okay, so let's pop just 2 of these on. I'm just going to try and orientate it so that I've got a little bit of the leaves sticking out here at the top. And I'm just going to tuck it under there a little bit. So I don't want too much of the sprig sticking out. And then I'm going to find a dimensional. I'm only going to use one of the little ones. Pop it on the back of my flower. Let's see which way around I like it. Just like that. And then the other one, if you want to put a backing in here and then another white piece, that would be nice. But I think I might do that, but I'm going to do that later off camera. And I'm going to put just the one poinsettia that we had left, and then just the little flower like this. So there we are, a quick little card. I hope you can see the tufted embossing folder on there. If you wanted to put pearls or embellishments on, I've got some of the little gold metallic ones. Let's see, I might just pop a few on the card. And I'm going to put them where the little circles are on some of the tufted elements. And I'm only going to put 3 on. So let's see, pop one here. There we are. So I hope you like that little card and that you'll give it a go. And if you'd like to come to my house and you live locally, come and make the Timeless Tidings kit with us. You're very welcome. Just drop me a line or send me a message on Facebook at craftsbythebow.com. So Crafts by the Bow. Or my blogspot, craftsbythebow.blogspot.com. And we'd love to see you there. Thanks very much indeed for watching, everybody. I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.